Well, greetings, true believers. Peter Parker here. Going to talk tonight about Civil War, Captain America Civil War. I had the privilege of seeing it tonight, opening night. Just came back from a 7 o'clock show. And I just want to give my impressions of the film. No spoilers, relax. Alright? Just basic impressions. Right off the bat, I just want to say that the Captain America films are the strongest out of all the MCU films. All of them. With the exception of the Avengers. Not, yeah. It might be the directors and the writing, but they're definitely the strongest ones. Marvel doesn't really do that much a good job with their villains outside of Loki, but still. I got some notes here. The Russo brothers directed this and Winter Soldier, and I gotta say, I think they had another home run. It's my initial thoughts, by the way. I might change tomorrow and see the film. But as of now, this is definitely in my top 5 for the MCU films. Number 1 for me is the Avengers, the first one. Second one, I do not talk about because it's terrible. But first Avengers movie, then the first Iron Man, or maybe not the first Iron Man. Winter Soldier, the first Captain America film, Iron Man 1. That's 4, and then this one's number 5. 4 and 5, this one is tied with the Soldier for me. I just want to say, this is just a general thing, but sometimes people just hype up movies for some reason. Like, people talking about, spoilers, people talking about the airport fight sequence, saying it's like the best thing ever done in cinema history. After seeing the film, like, I don't know. It was an awesome fight sequence, spoilers, but see, it's kind of hard to review it because look at this and look at Winter Soldier, and the fight sequences in Winter Soldier are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And those are only like 2 people on screen fighting each other, Winter Soldier and Cap. Yeah, in this one, you got like 10 different characters on the screen at the same time, so it's impossible to compare. They're both good, well directed and well shot sequences, but I don't know if I can pick one over the other. Now, as far as the story goes, no spoilers, but Civil War, if you know the comics, you should know what's going to happen. It's basically the same thing as the comics, minus a couple things, but the basic gist of the story is the same, with the 2 sides of a registration thing, you know? Cap is on one side and Stark's on the other side, and they butt heads. But in this film, unlike the comics where Stark is literally the villain, the movie, spoilers, shows you both sides of the argument. So there are moments in the movie where you actually feel for Stark, and you can almost see his point of view. especially when certain moments happen in the film that kind of almost made me cry, man. But I still don't buy into Stark's friendship with Cap because they didn't have one. They didn't have one. I mean, they spend more time making fun of each other than anything else. And they're supposed to buy that they're friends all of a sudden? Get out of here. Billy had 2 scenes in Age of Ultron together. Billy had 2 scenes. They spent so much time on a stupid ass love story between Hulk and Black freaking Widow. And more on the team aspect. Since we all know Civil War is coming, it might have been a better payoff. Like, of course, I knew they were going to fight eventually, but the way they talk about it is like it was supposed to be building up or whatever. Like, I don't buy it. Not enough setup for me. Wasn't enough setup for me. It's the way I feel about it. So yeah, I'm guessing you're going to wonder about Spider-Man, of course. Spider-Man is, of course, my favorite part of the movie. It's not even just a Spider-Man scene, it's his interaction with Tony Stark. Spoilers. Because he's on Tony Stark's side in the movie. But Tom Holland, the new kid who's playing Spidey, he has some pretty good chemistry with Robert Downey Jr. So that's good, if anything. Some things I'm a little iffy about with this new Spider-Man. I was a little of 2 minds about the high school thing, but I think it can work if they do it right. And on a side note, I know that it was announced that Stark's going to be in Homecoming or whatever it's called, Spider-Man's new movie coming out next year. So here's the thing. Tony Stark gets way too much screen time in these movies. All of them. Especially the Avengers films. He does like nothing in his own movies. He gets all the screen time in the first Avengers and Age of Ultron especially. Why? Star power. You need to feed Robert Downey Jr.'s ego so he can stay signed on as Iron Man. That's the main reason why I keep giving him more screen time. But the side characters got way more to do than they do in the Avengers movies, which is kind of sad, honestly. Actually, it's a kind of a bigger story, definitely a better story than Age of Ultron. Believe me. Believe me on that one. Spider-Man definitely stood out, and Black Panther was a surprising highlight in the film. Now, there's a character who the average person is probably going to paint him as a black version of Batman because of the pointy ears and all that stuff, but in this film, he's a boss. I mean, like, he's a boss. Now, you have to see the film for yourself, but he's a freaking boss. He's freaking awesome, so. Yeah, I kind of felt bad for Stark at one point in the film. And coming from someone who's not that much of a fan of Tony Stark in the comics, that's kind of saying something. So kudos to the writers for that. It really makes you feel both sides of the argument, like why Tony would do this and why Cap would do that. You know, it really speaks to the personality types, which is why it's such a good film. That and the actors that are playing the parts are phenomenal. So that's my basic thoughts on the film. I got some more notes here. Black Panther was incredible, absolutely incredible. I was not expecting that kind of performance, but this guy, this guy blew my freaking mind. I mean, he's kicking all kinds of ass. And I'm not giving anything away, but I almost think he stands out a little bit more than Spidey. A little bit more, because I don't know, maybe because they have Spider-Man so young and he's not as experienced as some of these other guys, which is probably the point of having him so young. Just okay, I guess, if they want to go for Ultimate Spider-Man vibe. Yeah, not that much of a fan of Ultimate Spider-Man, but you know, it has its advantages. I mean, they can definitely have Spider-Man grow a little bit more in the movies now, since they always skip over the high school thing, which I didn't have a problem with before. But then again, Maguire and Garfield like in their late freaking 20s, playing a freaking high school kid. So I guess if they want to start fresh, this is the way to go. But if anything, especially the new characters like Spidey and Black Panther, performances in the film leave you wanting more. So they did their job well. And for once, we don't have to worry about his stupid origin again. Thank God. I would have screamed at the top of my lungs if I had to see Uncle Ben die again. I would have screamed. I mean, enough's enough. We know who's freaking origin. You got bit by a damn bug, alright? Jeez. It's not that hard. It's about as simple as that man's pants being shot. It's not that important. Focus on the character. You don't need to see the origin 20 times on screen. I think they finally understand that. So that's good. But Cap is definitely front and center in the film, which I'm pleased to report. Because I was a little concerned that he's going to get shafted in his own film. And they gave the title of the movie his name, but for all intents and purposes, it is an Avengers film. At least a smaller version of an Avengers movie, the way they should have been after the first one, because Age of Ultron was absolutely terrible. Like I said before, the Russo's brothers, I believe their name is. I gotta give them props, man. They pulled it off. There's a lot of characters in this movie to balance. Without giving away any spoilers, there's a lot of characters in this freaking movie. Once again, the villain, not as bad as Ultron was, but at the same time, not a very strong villain. But he's in the background, so kind of like that old guy from Winter Soldier. He's in the background. He's like not the person you would expect to be a villain. But when it's revealed, it's like, okay, I can buy that, and it serves the story, so it works. I made sure not to watch anyone else's reviews before seeing the film because people have this bad habit of hyping things up. For example, Batman and Superman. Not trying to go into a DC thing, but that movie was hyped up for like the past 3 years, and for all intents and purposes, they kind of freaked up their own universe. If I gotta be honest. I mean, honest, hype for that movie is gone. It's gone. Yeah. So, Civil War, good movie. Very good movie. Plan on seeing it a lot more times. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Aiming for a 4 o'clock show or maybe 1:15. Getting there before all the rush hour stuff. And yes, Spider-Man is awesome in the movie. His role is very limited, so keep that in mind. It's not a Spider-Man film yet, so don't be expecting a whole lot of him. But he does show up. When he does show up, it's worth the wait. Trust me, it's worth the wait. It's worth sitting through all those painful films made by Sony to finally get Spider-Man done right for once. Everything from the costumes with like wisecracks, spot on. And Tom Holland delivers a perfect performance as Peter Parker, by the way. This is kind of the way I've always pictured Spider-Man, as if he was going to be a younger kid, nervous and all that, the shy stuff. Thank God I wasn't having glasses. I was afraid they were going to go for the whole nerdy thing, but it works. It's definitely an Ultimate Spider-Man vibe I get when I watch them on screen. Okay, this could work. And he has some good chemistry with Robert Downey Jr., so that's important. He was freaking funny, so I was laughing my butt off. And the more I think about it, this might be my favorite Marvel film next to Winter Soldier and the Avengers. It's definitely up there. And the villain isn't that bad. People were saying that the villain was weak, like, he's kind of in the background, but, pulling the strings like a mastermind. It's fine, I guess. Didn't bother me that much. I was wondering, like, what's this guy's plan? But it's revealed at some point in the film, so it's not like it's a plot hole or anything. Everything ties together. Not left with that many questions, but it does make you wonder by the time you get to the end of the film, like, where do we go from here? Because XYZ happens, and, it's like, we don't know if anything else is coming. And if things are left the way they are right now, Earth is screwed. See, I guess deep down, I always wanted to see a high school Spider-Man on screen because it is kind of different in comparison to both previous actors, which played their parts well for the most part with what they were given, which really wasn't that good of a script for either trilogy. But yeah, this is a fresh start I think Spider-Man really needed. And I really can't wait for Black Panther because, well, see the movie and you'll see why. Another character I never thought would actually work in the movie. It was like, oh, just a black Batman or whatever people would say. But don't really need to know that much about him, just a dude from another country. His country makes vibranium, that material that Cat gets his shield from. And he's a warrior. That's all I need to know. Oh, and he's a king, so yeah. And those are my initial thoughts of the film. I actually walked away from the movie. I was Team Spidey the whole time. Like I said, kind of makes you feel for Stark a little bit once revelations are made. Feel free to leave a comment in the live chat. Like, with the Tony Stark thing being in Spider-Man Homecoming, I was actually hoping that Nick Fury would be the one to make an appearance in this new Spider-Man film coming up next year. because reading the Spider-Man comics, the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, I've been more of a fan of Peter's interaction with Nick Fury within Tony Stark, especially in the video game I'm playing right now, Ultimate Spider-Man. It's freaking hilarious. As I think about it, Spider-Man's going to be swinging around in this movie, or multiple films. We're going to do the Harry Potter thing where it goes up, starts as a little kid and grows up into a grown man. And think about it, he's going to be swinging around doing crime fighting and all that, and then it's going to be like one of those things like in the comics and the cartoons, where you're like, oh crap, I gotta go meet Aunt May, or I gotta go to school. So it'd be kind of interesting to see that kind of balance. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Because, again, it's been nice and fresh, and the more I think about it, this is probably the best plan for Spidey from the start. So I'm glad Marvel has him back. Also looking forward to Doctor Strange. I really wish that Marvel would chicken out with the magic thing and just go for it, man. Doctor Strange is a Sorcerer Supreme. Just do it already. There's a trailer in front of the movie, and it makes it look like it's more work for reality stuff instead of actual magic and sorcery, which is what Doctor Strange is about. I mean, those alternate realms and all that stuff. It's like Thor. But, so, yeah. We'll see what happens with that one. But if you're planning to see in Civil War, get your tickets now. Because, actually, the crowd wasn't that bad tonight. This is actually opening night, so crowds weren't that bad. But I'm sure it'll get worse during the week when people are out of school and all that. And the Spider-Man film coming out is set after Civil War. Yeah, no kidding. Comes out after anyway. It should be exciting. I'm really curious to see if Spider-Man's gonna team up with Captain America at some point in the series. I mean, it was just nice seeing Spider-Man in general. I lost my mind when he showed up on screen. I was like, oh my god, it's about time. 13 years I waited for Spider-Man to show up with other Marvel characters. 13 years. 2002 to now. 13 years. It's the same amount of time Hugh Jackman's been playing Wolverine. Still no Costner for him, for some reason. Rumors about Wolverine coming to the MCU, no one cares. Because Hugh Jackman's not going to be playing him, so no one cares. It's a little late for that. He announced this back in like 2004 or something after Bryan Singer left after X2. Might have cared, but no one cares now. Yeah, no spoilers here, people. Relax. I can't really talk about anything else without giving anything away, so it's just going to be me talking, running my mouth, all that. I guess I'll talk about the villains I want to see for the Spider-Man film. Unfortunately, Michael Keaton has left the project. I really want to see Spider Slayers. I think that would be a nice little something different I haven't seen yet on screen. I mean, do we really want to see another Goblin? Those things even goblins, because 2002 costume was the looked about as good as those awful looking Power Ranger costumes. You- Now, how did Tony Stark find out who Peter is? Hmm, I don't know. I guess I was hoping that Nick Fury would be the one to recruit Spider-Man. I always imagined that somehow. Not like that stupid cartoon, Ultimate Spider-Man, whatever it's called. That was a cartoon. In that cartoon, they make Spider-Man more like Deadpool than actual Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man cracks jokes, but he doesn't do it like that, like they do it in that cartoon, where it's like he frees his time every 5 minutes to talk to the audience, breaking the fourth wall. That's what Deadpool does, not Spider-Man. But yeah, I just gotta wonder, is Spider-Man gonna be in Infinity War? Because he's in school. I even bring it up a couple of times in the film. So I can't go over there. Got school, man. So yeah, I kind of trust Kevin Feige about where they take Spider-Man from now on. It's very exciting. I feel like I waited my whole life for this, and can't lie, I almost wanted to cry because it's just such a beautiful moment. They got everything down right, from his costume to the wisecracks, and on a side note, Aunt May is smoking hot. So I never liked the fact that Aunt May was like 100 years old in the original comics and the other movies. Like no one's honest that freaking old. I mean, if Peter's 15, she's got to be in her freaking 40s or like late 30s at the most. Because no one's on is like a freaking 100 years old. Because in the original comics, Aunt May's in the freaking hospital every other freaking issue. I'm like, what in the world? Yeah, good movie. Yeah. This thing with Marvel and language that their characters seem to display in the film, it's kind of unsettling. Because kids look up to these characters, man. You got little kids coming to the theater. Now they know Spider-Man's with their other heroes like Iron Man and Cap. And they got them shouting foul language. Like, it's not the F-bomb or anything, but still, it's like, come on, man. Little kids look up to these guys. Like, I'm surprised Disney would actually allow that to happen. It's kind of sad that the world has evolved to the point where they allow these childhood icons to say use such language and act like it's not a big deal. It's something that never happened when I was growing up in the freaking 90s, because I probably wouldn't be the person I am today if that happened back then. And surprisingly, Ant-Man was actually kind of cool. coming from someone who actually doesn't like the movie at all, is the Ant-Man film. I mean, I didn't like that movie. But Ant-Man was actually kind of cool in this one. I actually feel like he actually served a purpose in this film, more like his own movie. Which sucked, by the way. He kind of worked in this movie. You okay? Now, Black Widow and Hawkeye, on the other hand, I still wonder why they're even in this freaking universe at all. Dude, does anyone even care about Hawkeye anymore? After what Whedon did in the first Avengers film? Like, give me a break. He's not funny, and he's freaking useless.
NASCAR trials are Thursday.
I mean, the people they fight in these movies are only going to get more powerful. It's going to make Hawkeye look like a loser. He's kind of useless. Black Widow, no one cares. No, actually, they actually kind of show how smart Spider-Man is too, which is actually nice. I mean, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was kind of intelligent. He was more handy than anything else because they had Gwen doing everything for him for some reason. Gwen Stacy, of all people. That kind of annoyed me. Maguire's Spider-Man was. They never showed how smart he was. Two was dancing in the street. Stu was dancing in the street. But now I'm just rambling about Spider-Man, just because. Can't talk about anything else without spoiling it, and the movie literally is coming out at midnight tonight. Well, actually, it's in theaters right now, but I feel like it'll be kind of messed up and start blabbering about scenes in the film. But yeah, I'm pleased with the film. I look forward to see it tomorrow and next Wednesday. Man, this is a great time to be a comic book fan, people. It's like I don't think some of us really realize how blessed we are. Look, we got Batman and Superman in theaters. I think still in theaters. Captain America. Deadpool is coming on DVD. X-Men Apocalypse coming out in like a couple weeks. And then we got Doctor Strange, which looks really good. And they have those stupid Star Wars spin-offs or whatever they're called. Rogue 2 or whatever it's called. Looks like it's going to be boring pile of crap. No, I'm not seeing this movie. Like Michael Bay's Turtles films. No. It looks like crap. I mean, the Turtles look so fake and ridiculous. I'm like, oh my god. I'll stick with the 90s ones. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, at some point, the Spider-Man film, the new Spider-Man universe, they will add Mary Jane. I feel like the actress that was cast as a new Jean Grey, I feel like it's gonna be completely wasted because I don't trust Fox to give us a proper Jean Grey portrayal. The way Scarlet Witch is done in the MCU is the way Jean Grey should have been done from the start. The Scarlet Witch is as powerful as Jean Grey should be in the MCU, in the Fox universe, or whatever it's called, Foxman universe, with awful looking leather suits. Yeah, it's a good movie, people. I don't know what there is to say without giving stuff away. The movie's literally in theaters right now. Just came out. So, give it a 20-minute discussion right there. Maybe longer. But it's getting late, so see you guys next time. If you're going to see the movie, enjoy it. And I'll probably do a spoiler review later in the week. Maybe a week or two. Give people time to see the film. But yeah. Till next time.